BestBookBits.com presents Happy for No Reason, 7 Steps to Being Happy from the Inside Out by Marci Shimoff. In Happy for No Reason, 7 Steps to Being Happy from the Inside Out, transformational expert Marci Shimoff offers a breakthrough approach to being happy, one that doesn't depend on achievement, goals, money, relationships, or anything else out there. Most books on happiness will tell you to find the things that make you happy and do more of them. Although there's nothing wrong with that, it won't bring you the kind of deep and lasting happiness most people long for, the kind you'll never lose, no matter what happens in your life. Based on cutting-edge research and knowledge from the world's leading experts in the fields of positive psychology and neuropsychology, plus interviews with 100 truly happy people, this life-changing book provides a powerful, proven 7-step program that will enable you to be happier right now, no matter where you start. The written and audio summary can be found on our website, bestbookbits.com. So without further ado, I bring you the book summary of Happy for No Reason. The theme of the book is based on this spectrum that we are either number 1, unhappy, 2, happy for bad reasons, cocaine, alcohol, addiction, junk food, etc. i.e. you're happy, but you're going to come down from that. And number 3, happy for good reasons, promotion, etc. You're happy, but it's still something outside of you, not from within you. And number 4, happy for no reason. Happy for no reason is not a peak experience that doesn't last, and it's not an emotion. When you are happy for no reason, you bring happiness to your outer experiences rather than trying to extract happiness from them. You don't need to manipulate the world around you and to try to make yourself happy. You live from happiness rather than for happiness. Happiness for any reason is just another form of misery because it comes from something outside of you. Tools. Stop asking who is to blame and start asking, what can I learn about this? Look for lessons instead. As long as you are blaming your teacher, your parents, your spouse, your ex, your friend, your insert here, you will never be happy. Ask yourself, if this were happening for a higher purpose, what would it be? We are not disturbed by what happens to us, we are disturbed by the thought of what happens to us. Choose which is a more helpful response. Choose a response that is actually going to create happiness for you, rather than one that is going to allow you to dwell upon the blame of something outside of you. Activate your consciousness to look for the positive and beautiful things in life. What would we do if stars only came out once every 1,000 years? Write down just one thing per day you can appreciate, be grateful for, be thankful for. One little sentence, note a day that you can write in a diary, a calendar, a journal, a notepad, etc. You might start your day great. Notice the sun through the trees. It could be something you read, a flower, a kindness witness, a sound, a breeze. Just seek to find one thing every single day to write down. What happens after daily practice of doing this is brain rewiring on autopilot. Your brain automatically starts scanning the world, looking for positive things, looking for the good in the world, looking for things that make you happy, bring you joy. Great, long-lasting results start with small baby steps, constant, continuous improvement. We're genetically wired to remember the negative events. We have to train ourselves to look for the positive. We're genetically wired to interpret and remember negative events rather than positive events. Thousands and millions of years ago, we needed to remember dangerous situations to survive. We had to remember that if we leave our cave and go right, that a lion lives over there that can kill you. We had to remember the dangers. In order to evolve, survive, and live, our ancestors had to remember to be cautious. Our consciousness is genetically wired to remember the negative things, to remember, to fear. We have literally descended from those who are fearful and nervous. Those who are most keenly aware of the threats in their environment were able to survive the attack, and those who weren't died. Our ancestors' brains had to remember, hey, there's a lion den right there, and you almost died, so I'm going to make sure you never forget to be really careful. Actually, just avoid that area altogether. To avoid pain, to avoid death or injury, to avoid fear or danger, we had to remember the negative in order to survive. The problem is that we in modern times are still wired to remember the negative, even though we no longer have the same threats. We have the same automatic response to non-life-threatening situations, such as our boss. When our boss yells at us, we have the same response as we did for the lion, so it's not a healthy response. Our life is not in danger. We do not need to have the memory ingrained in our brains, etc. We are wired this way in order to survive. It's our genetic makeup. The more conscious we can become about these automatic destructive behaviors, the more consciously we can choose a more constructive behavior. If we want to be happy, we need to make it the practice of happiness. If we want to be happy, we need to make it the practice of happiness. We need to teach ourselves to be happy without outside influences. If we know that our brains are automatically wired to imprint the negative, we need to be double conscious about it so we can choose to double up the positive, to choose to look for and remember the positive. We need to make an effort to incline our minds to remember joy. We need to practice, make it a habit, condition our brains to see what's positive. What is the highest response I can choose to respond to this moment? Being cool with what is. 6 states of happy emotions according to Esther and Jerry Hicks. Number 1 is love. Number 2 is appreciation. It's impossible to simultaneously hold appreciation and frustration. Number 3 is joy. Number 4 is freedom. When you have the deep experience of freedom, you realize that you aren't a stimulus response. You have a choice. You are free to choose your response. And number 5, empowerment. Empowered to make a choice. And number 6, knowing when you're in a state of knowing. Knowing that there is something bigger than that challenge, or that this has to happen for this to happen. It's impossible to simultaneously hold appreciation and frustration. And that's a wrap on Happy for No Reason. Subscribe to the channel and take a look at the hundreds of book summaries uploaded previously. To find hundreds of written summaries, check out our website, bestbookbits.com, and for hundreds of audio podcast summaries, find us on mixcloud.com/bestbookbits. If you like reading and want to get involved in sharing knowledge and spreading great book summaries, connect with myself by emailing info@bestbookbits.com to join us. Thanks for watching and listening, and have yourself an amazing day. Take care and be happy for no reason.